I was going to read one poem and then I was going to do a song with the poem. And this I'm only doing because I mentioned the accident before, and I just decided to read this. It's called The Things They Did to You. When you hear that you were so close to death, you don't think about it. You feel fine. You couldn't have been that bad. But you were on a respirator to breathe for you while the doctors just hoped and waited for you to start breathing again. And you couldn't eat. You were unconscious for days, so they gave you food through a tube that went straight to your stomach. You still have that scar in your stomach to prove it, where that tube came out of your body. There's a piece of metal in your body that the doctors put in there in case you had a blood clot that tried to make its way through the arteries to your heart or your lungs or your brain. Granted, they're being kind to place that vena cava filter in your body now means that an MRI you might need for future that would help you would only kill you, because an MRI would shake that thing and break your arteries open and you would bleed. And so you would be left with this object in your body. But they say that they were doing everything they could and was only in your best interest. They had an intracranial pressure monitor surgically attached to your head, because your skull was fractured in 3 places and your brain was swelling, maybe scraping against your skull, so they could measure if there was too much pressure on your brain. Yeah, I suppose it's fair to say that you were almost dead, but you're fine now. At least no one will tell you that, but I'm sure you'll know that by now. What does it feel like when you're almost dead? If you think about it, in your own life, and what does it mean to you and to the other generations? Would any of this surgery matter? Well, you wouldn't be dead, I guess. But what if you were no longer here, on this planet? What if you were not alive? Would anyone miss you? Would anyone write poems about you, or cry for you? Well, people might get used to the fact that you were gone. Time heals all wounds, as they say. If you were thinking about it after you were gone, you'd still be angry. I'm sure that doesn't change. It never does. Get used to it. When something that awful happens to you, you don't write happy things. But something that was really odd, which John is going to actually perform in a song with me, I was in Chicago and we did a theater performance of this song that has a poem in the middle of it. Some of you may have heard this poem somewhere else, maybe, I'm not sure. But the weird thing is about this poem in the middle of this song that I wrote is that the poem is about a fantastic car crash. And I happened to write it literally 3 days before I almost died in that car accident. Well, stopped in an intersection. 3 freaking days. And it wasn't about me, but the thing for it. So, John, is there a room for you to get over here?
I'll just stand back.
I want you to be... No.
To Taylor.
This road is taking me anymore, and I don't know the right lines to say. I don't feel the things that you're feeling down deep inside of you, but I know this ain't the way, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I'll go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life, what we need in life. ashes ashes from your cigarette fall to the ground. And I think this fire will die down. I think I now see what is happening here between us, and I have to say goodbye. Because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I'll go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life. And our life is one big road trip now, and we set the cruise control and we make our way down the expressway. And most of the time we're moving a straight line and the scenery blurs. There's nothing to see. But I know what's inside of you, and I know what you're made of. There's no such thing as a calm with you. You are a fantastic car crash. You stop traffic in both directions as the gapers gawk and the delay grows while everyone slows down and stares. It's a spectacular explosion, you know. I duck and cover as metal flies through the air. And every time you leave the scene of the accident, I'm left picking up the shards of glass from the broken windows. You know, the glass breaks into such tiny little pieces. They look like ice. It takes so long to pick up the pieces, and even though I'm careful, I'm still picking up the pieces, and I'm still on my knees. And the glass cuts into my hand, my blood drips down to the streets. Think of it as my contribution to this fantastic car crash that is you, that is me, that is us. As I pulled that glass from my hands and waved my hand to the line of traffic. Go on, keep driving. This happens all the time. There's nothing to see here. I can't stay bitter and lonely and restless anymore. And I can't stay here with you. And it scares me half to death. And I'll take this road alone, because nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing changes, nothing stays the same. So you go your way and I'll go mine. Maybe one day we will find what we need in life. What we need in life.
Yay! Yeah. Tom, I was about to jump up and check your pulse.
No, I was dreaming with it. I was really absorbed in it.
Yeah, I know.
When some people were going, I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes and let it, but when it's not getting tired, I totally get that. No, I